What you mean?
This is not your child. I'm just letting you know, so you won't, this is not your child.
So I've been paying child support on this man for what, 4 years, 5 years, and he telling me it's not my child?
Yeah.
Your daddy ain't clap your hands.
Why you not clapping? Your daddy ain't either.
Just have one question. What did black women do to black men that was so bad?
Are your kids about the same man?
They are not, no.
How many men?
3.
You said, what are you bringing to the table?
Yes. What do most women bring to the table?
Men are tired. I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Nothing.
This my wife right here. I love her. Don't get mad at me. I got somebody in my bed. It's my wife. Don't get mad at me because you sleeping by yourself. Don't get mad at me because nobody calling you. You ain't getting no texts. All you got is a bunch of calls you sent out. Ain't nobody calling you. So don't get mad at me over here. I'm happy over here. Don't worry about what you say. Because no matter what you say, we still got love. We love each other. We gonna love each other regardless. 10 years strong. 3 kids. All women cheat. You just can't catch them. Ask to see her phone. She ain't gonna give it to you. You know how many men in her inbox? You know how many men that she texting? She texting your cousin, maybe your dad or your uncle. These women don't care. As long as they get a check, they'll open them legs up.
This is what happens when you completely ignore woman's nature. Woman's nature is never looking for the weaker vessel in a man. Only when she's depressed is when she wants a man that no other woman wants for herself in order to worship her.
Woman who is broke and never been to college but is fine as hell, can cook, has good nurturing skills, good in bed, will always get the better man than the woman who makes hella bread, is hella accomplished, but she is totally out of touch with her womanly side and roles. It's women right now making tons of money, A+ credit, business rolling, while you're gone at work all day. Your man is cheating with a woman who's unemployed and makes him feel like a man. When a woman says, they don't want me independent because I don't gotta take his ish. Basically what she's saying is that if I have my own everything, I can talk to you any kind of way. It means I can have other men. I got my own money, got my own contact. That right there should disqualify a woman from being the wifey, the face card. We as women should all be functioning as adults. Money, credit, transportation, housing, that's called being a grown adult.
More education that a woman has. It isn't that a man is intimidated by it. It's just that you as the woman, you start to create a whole nother different demeanor versus the pretty girl who has nothing. She respects more when the man does something nice for her.
Just have one question. What did black women do to black men that was so bad? What do we do historically that was so bad?
Stole our children and used them as pawns for child support. You embarrass us on the daily by not dressing modestly. You talk about our mothers when we disagree with your behavior. You call us homosexual when we assert our masculinity. You lie on us to the world by telling them that we unalive you every 5.5 hours. You call the police on us and get us thrown in prison or jail more than anybody else. You disrespect us when we try to bring together our families, which is what you did when you brought up Kevin Samuels in your video. You claim that we're trash and deadbeat fathers even though we are the most involved in our children's lives. You always talking about how we bash you, but you never bring up the videos of us doing so. What you would rather do is just say it and then act like the videos we do post about you aren't about your behavior, mannerisms, and characteristics that we wish would change. And now here you are acting like a victim, crying to us because we're verbally telling you something. Now, I'll admit, some of us ain't shit, but most of us are. Chill out with the pity.
And he does make a lot of sense. What black women have to understand is your attitude towards the black man is the most disrespectful attitude that any other woman gives towards a man in other ethnic groups. Like I always say, a black man from a black mother is taught by a black mother to worship black women. Black men are used to treating their moms nice and their mother rewarding them for treating her nice and being a nice son, husband, and being a gentleman and taking care of his mother. When it comes to a black woman, you are taught to be combative with the black man, be better than the black man, outdo the black man, because you're taught you do not need him. If you ask me, the black woman is responsible for the mental illness because of the way that she teaches her children to miscommunicate with each other. If the black man only knows to love a black woman and treat her good, and a black woman is taught to disrespect and not take anything from him, where do you find a medium at? Get in the comments and let me know.
What you mean?
This is not your child. I'm just letting you know, so you won't, this is not your child.
So I've been paying child support on this man for what, 4 years, 5 years, and he telling me it's not my child?
Yeah, this is not your child, but I thank you for everything you're doing, but
Oh, baby, it ain't going down like that.
Why it's not? We about to go. I'm about to take you,
look, bro,
we about to just go.
I've been paying $700 a month for 4 years, bruh. You know how much that is?
But I'm just
That's like $8,400 a year. 4 years.
I'm letting you know so you won't get a DNA test that he's not your child.
Man, that's like $30-something thousand. But either you got the $30,000 to give me back, or it's gonna be an issue.
Well, we can work something out. Can we just work something out?
I mean, what you trying to work out, bro? Because that's $30-something thousand.
Plan or something. If you want to take me to court, sue me. I don't know, but I'm just letting you know. That you said something about DNA test.
Yeah, something gonna happen because I ain't playing by no 30 racks. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care if child or not. I love him. But you telling me that ain't mine, so I don't care about none of that.
All right, we about to go then.
Man, yeah, but hey, look, figure out how you gonna get my money.
All right.
Sure, you figure out how you gonna get my bread, though.
Woo! 4 years, $700 a month? Yes, I would want my money back too, but think about the entire emotional investment that a man puts into the child just for it to turn around and be a lie. We're starting to notice that. We're finding more men as they do DNA tests that the child is not theirs, which shows you how women can be sexually active with so many guys and cover it up and have one man tricked into thinking he's the only one.
Girl, you gorgeous.
I have a boyfriend.
And I got a cat. I don't know what that got to do with us.
I hope you have a good day. Bye.
Bye. I see how it is.
Is this your car?
Gold digger.
What? I was just...
Tell me that you a gold digger?
How? You
Oh,
are
no,
something...
no, you see it. You see I got the fancy car, and now you want to be with me. Bye-bye.
I was going to tell you that you...
Moral of the story here, guys. If you know that if you pull out money or you show a fancy car that the woman is going to like you, why even do it? That's just how the game is. You got good girls, you got bad girls, you got gold diggers, you got independent women. You have a different variety of women. When you come across a gold digger, stop trying to prove a point. Just keep your money and keep your things away from her. That way you're not drawing in a fake person.
He said, what are you bringing to the table?
Yes. What do most women bring to the table?
Men are tired. I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Nothing? Well, then that means that one actually has nothing to offer a relationship.
You want a woman to bring something to the table? Go to IHOP.
And I'm sure many men would actually prefer that as opposed to having to deal with women who actually bring nothing to the table outside of their outward appearance.
Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
And women listening to this type of advice obviously need some tips.
Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man.
A man who obviously doesn't expect much out of their partner.
Who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how I roll.
Yes. How to roll right into a relationship that doesn't actually have a decent foundation, relying only on one person's looks and another person's money.
Most relationships are superficial. This is why a lot of guys who are weak at heart, they find a way to make a lot of money so they can intimidate the woman to want to be with them. They got something that she wants. And you will notice that the girls that are gold diggers, they're specializing in looking good. So they get with these rich guys who are insecure with money that can continue to pay for their plastic surgery. The only way I see it is if both parties are being used for certain reasons and both know why they're using each other, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's bad in a relationship when one's being used and the other is blindsided.
And what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. every poor choice is glamorized. So if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be with it, every poor choice is glamorized, and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman. And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women. So we've created a generation of narcissists.
And this is a problem that most women do not stop and realize until they hit the wall and they start to notice that the celebrity fame wears out. They can't blame feminism when you get over 30 because at that point, you're a functional adult. You know exactly what you have to do in order to pay your bills, to pay for the things that you want. See, women start throwing around feminism and feminists when they're going through college. They don't really have any bills. They're just starting to learn responsibility. But as women get closer to 30 and they really start working and doing the things that men do, they start to humble themselves. But around that time, they're normally reaching the wall. They're not looking as good. They're ran down. They've had too many experiences. And most guys are not going to want them.
If your daddy ain't clap your hands.
Why you not clapping? Your daddy ain't either.
What happens when society bows down and puts single mothers on a pedestal? What happens when the family court system makes mothers the preferred parent? What happens when child support and welfare programs prop up single mothers? This video, this is what happens. Man, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 little minds this mother is poisoning for the world to see live on social media. And for what? Clout? To show how badass she is? This is a generational curse. I guarantee you she saw her mama do it, she saw her aunties do it, and now she's doing it and passing this on to her kids. People want to give fathers a bad rap all the time and call them deadbeats. But let's be real here. At what point are we going to start holding deadbeat mothers responsible for shit like this? This is pathetic. I mean, really, her kids need to be taken from her.
I agree with that, man. There's no reason for these women to run out here and keep getting pregnant just so they can run the man off, so they can turn around and say there's a problem with the man. So now they're a single mother being praised for taking care of kids that they had intentionally just so they could become a single mother to get the praise. That's what they're running the man off for, so they get all the glory. But it's easy to keep the kids on your side by making the father look like he ain't nothing. You know how many of these kids are manipulated by their mother, and then when they grow older and they get to know their father, they're realizing like, hey, my dad was really a good guy. She kept me away from a good guy just so she can get the glory at the family reunion.
Are y'all talking to anybody else? No.
No.
May we test the theory?
Sure.
Y'all two swap phones. Who is Pat?
Pat is a U.S. soldier located in, oh gosh, my brain cannot think of it right now. Ukraine.
Okay.
He's stationed in Ukraine.
Do y'all talk?
Sometimes.
Like, relationship-wise?
No.
Can we see? You gotta let him hold the phone.
Well, I can let him see.
Cute stuff. This was today.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go nothing but like before y'all time, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Back out. Back out. Who is Elijah?
Elijah is...
I gotta let him hold the phone. When I see the Elijah stuff, like... Hey, you know...
not somebody that I want to be with.
Can we see?
No.
You can't go through the truck?
Huh?
Can't go through the truck?
No.
Look at the look on that man's face. This is what it's like when you're a desperate man and you get in a relationship with a woman that you think likes you, but the only reason why she's with you is because you are nice, giving her compliments. You're giving her confidence in order to go on to another man. And this is what a lot of guys are doing in relationships. Men, before you get in a relationship, make sure you're driving the car that you want to drive and make sure you're living the lifestyle that you want to live first. That's what you need to bring to the table. Your confidence as a man, things that define you. Whenever you're a guy and you're down on your luck and you're not doing the things that you want to do, when you start to date, you're looking for excitement in the relationship. So you'll overlook exactly what you're doing to the woman. You'll think that this is a love story that you've seen on TV, when all it is you giving her the confidence to leave you.
Are your kids by the same man?
They are not, no.
How many men?
3.
3. Have you ever been married?
I have not. I've been proposed to 3 times, but I have not been married.
What kind of man are you looking for?
Tall, 6'4" or taller. Someone who's honest, of course. So I don't want any liars. I would prefer 100,000 or more for him to make.
Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Jasmine?
Well, first of all, look at me.
What would you say to the people that are going to be watching? You know, you have a 6'4", request. If not 6'4", 6 feet, makes at least 100K. Some people will say that would be a delusional request for you of a mom with 3 by 3 men. What would you say to that?
I would say check my track record.
Well, your track record is 3 kids by 3 different men. Let's see how common it is for you to find a man that's 6'4", $100,000 a year, of any race, because you clearly look like a divester. So I'll give you that. The probability of you finding this type of man is 0.056%. That's 5 out of 5 cat bags. You're going to more than likely be alone with cats forever. Clearly delusional. Some of you ladies are so far gone from reality that you're not giving yourself a fair chance to find someone decent enough for you to be with.
I absolutely agree, but it's a form of insecurity. No one says that they want the lower value of anything. No one wants to be looked at as being less, because that's a form of insecurity. So if you ask somebody something, what they want out of life, they're going to always say the best. Where women are making their mistake is that they get so used to the desperate man approaching them and guys that they don't like approaching them, that when they start naming their standards are there because they know they're probably not going to get it. But that's the only way that they're going to submit, is if they get some superhuman type guy, because they are naturally preparing to be alone.
A relationship truly only works when a woman settles for a man that she considers mid.
That would be, of course, mid women settling for mid men.
I used to talk so much about girls who settled, and now I hope to become one.
She used to reach out of her league, and now she is aging, so she hopes to grab somebody on the way down.
Because when a woman does the opposite and falls in real love with someone she's attracted to and who's at her level, it's a disaster.
Here's where she gets confused. Attracted to and at her level are not the same thing unless you're up here. It's a disaster because you're going out of your league and he doesn't really want you.
That's when the power dynamic and balance gets thrown off kilter because the man doesn't hold her on a pedestal.
Yes, we all know that putting her on a pedestal is the best way to get what you want. Women love men who are below them.
So she never has the upper hand.
Exactly, because this is what you do when you have the upper hand.
And that makes her feel crazy, delulu, out of control.
Yes, Michael Sartain told me yesterday that's called dread. I was on his podcast. I'm going places.
Because what we're supposed to do as women is just like being receptive.
So now she's mocking the idea of respecting the man that she chose, which is a pretty good idea as long as he treats you well.
Like allow him to pursue us and chase. A relationship truly only.
The more insecure a woman is, the weaker of a man that she has to be with. You're going to notice a lot of the women in the West that are independent, being liberated, they're the most delusional because they think their life experiences increases their value. It doesn't work like that, sweetheart. See, you can go out here and take advantage of men in your younger years. But as men get older and they create their value, they have the power. What you don't realize is that you've been accustomed to guys that are thirsty chasing you no matter what. So you don't look at yourself and say, hey, the guy that I like me the way I am back. Because as men start to age, they start to look for realness in a woman, not an ex-Barbie doll.